Good afternoon, students. Today we will discuss about iron carbon equilibrium diagram. Before discussing iron carbon equilibrium diagram, in this video I will explain about some terms. After understanding those, it will be easy to understand iron carbon equilibrium diagram. We have already used the term alloy, but till now I have just explained that alloy is of at least two metals or one metal and one or more alloying element. So you have to understand what is an alloy and the behavior of an alloy. An alloy is a substance which is made up of two or more elements, out of which at least one is a metal, because it is a metal alloy. The metal having greatest proportion in the alloy is called the base metal. So alloy is made up of at least two things, two metals or one metal and another non-metal, or more than two elements. So the metal having greatest proportion is known as base metal of the alloy. All other elements present in the alloy are considered as foreign materials. Foreign materials which are added intentionally to obtain certain desirable properties are termed as alloying elements. So, besides base metal, all other elements are known as foreign materials. So, out of these foreign materials, the materials which are added intentionally to achieve certain properties are known as alloying elements. Those undesirable elements which are present in the base metal or added accidentally during alloying process are known as impurities. So a pure metal is comprised of a single substance, whereas an alloy contains more than one constituents. Each of these constituents is known as a component. Therefore, a pure metal consists of a single component, whereas an alloy can be binary, that is two components, or ternary, three components, etc. So, alloy is having more than one component system, where pure metal is of a single system. So now we will discuss what is phases of an alloy. A phase is a distinct part of a system which is physically and chemically homogeneous and possesses its own distinct composition and properties. In case of pure material, we have already known a material has three phases: solid, liquid and gas. But in case of alloys, a phase is a distinct part of a system which is physically and chemically homogeneous. Here the state is also considered as a phase, but the phase consider both the state as well as the microstructures. If there is a change in the phase, there will be corresponding change in their properties. All the forms in which a solid alloy can exist, that is solid solution, intermetallic compound, a mechanical mixture, or a combination of these, are termed as different phases. Though the state is solid, this is a solid alloy, but depending on the structure, whether it is a solid solution or intermetallic compound or a mechanical mixture, it is defined as different phases. To show this phase, we draw a diagram which is known as phase diagram. This phase diagram is also known as equilibrium diagram or constitution diagram. These diagrams represent graphically the changes occurring in the state of an alloy on account of the changes in temperature and concentration. Concentration of alloying elements. If concentration of alloying elements changes, then also it affects the phase diagram. The phase diagram shows the phase transformation of an alloy which occur while heating or cooling under equilibrium condition. So we are considering the equilibrium condition and heating or cooling, that means temperature is either increasing or decreasing, and at certain time the temperature is remaining fixed though heat is added to the system. So this phase diagram shows all this phase transformation with addition of heat or extraction of heat. This diagram is also known as constitutional diagram because they indicate the constitution and nature of alloy and the composition of phases in a given system. So what is a system? The total mass, the total material, the total boundary which is under observation. In thermodynamics you have already read what is a system. So here also in a system the material exists in different phases, and with change in temperature, with change in constitution of alloying elements, its phase changes, and graphical representation of this change in phase due to change in temperature or concentration is known as phase diagram. So the phase diagram, the phase rule is F equal to C minus P plus 2. So the C is the number of components. So if it is a alloy of two metals, then number of component is 2. If it is a alloy of 3 element, number of component is 3. And P is the number of phases which can coexist, like solid and liquid. So these are the two phases. At melting point, these two phases coexist. So P is the number of phases which can coexist, and 2 represent the number of external factors. Here temperature and pressure. That is why 2 is written. So P is less than equal to C plus 1. Here P equal to C minus F plus 2. So F is the degree of freedom. So it is the maximum number of variables that may be independently varied without changing the number of phases in equilibrium. So putting the value of F, we will get P is less than equal to C plus 1. That means the number of phases which can coexist must be less than or equal to number of components plus 1. So in case of the maximum number of phases in a system under equilibrium can never exceed the number of components plus 1. In binary system, a maximum number of phases that can coexist is 3. 2 plus 1, so 3. In ternary system, 3 plus 1, it is 4. So in case of binary system, if there is 2 components, then number of phases which can coexist is 3. And in ternary system, the number of phases that coexist is 4. So till now, you have understood what is phase, what is component, what is system, what is degree of freedom. And it is correlated with phase rule. And using the phase rule, we came to know that number of phases coexist is not greater than number of component plus 1. So the phase transformation is also related with cooling curve. So what is cooling curve? We all know if a hot material is left in atmosphere or by some means the heat is extracted from the system, cooling takes place. So graphical representation of reduction in temperature or temperature in one axis and time in the other axis is nothing but a cooling curve. So a cooling curve is a graph which shows the variation in temperature with time when a material is cooled down from liquid phase. It also indicates the temperature at which the phase changes in a metal or alloy system take place as they are cooled from their liquid phase. It helps in studying the structural changes which occur during solidification of metals and alloys. Equilibrium or phase diagrams are constructed with the help of these cooling curves. So cooling curve is nothing but representation of change in temperature with time. So at certain place where the phase changes, it shows either the temperature will remain constant or the temperature, the slope of the line will vary. So that will indicate there is some changes in the phase. So when a metal or alloy is cooled down from its fusion state, latent heat is evolved because of the changes taking place in the structure of metal or alloy during solidification. On account of this, some stages occur during cooling at which it is observed that The uniform rate of fall in temperature is checked, is freezed for a certain period. This specific point where the check occurs is known as critical point. The cooling curve for a pure metal, a binary solid solution, and a binary eutectic system is elaborated for describing the use of cooling curve in phase diagram. So this is the figure A is cooling curve for pure metal. Figure B is the cooling curve for binary alloy solid solution. Figure C is the cooling curve of binary eutectic system. So these three will be explained for understanding how the graph comes. So for pure metal, the melting temperature is a single unique temperature for a particular pressure. If the pressure will remain constant, the liquid and solid phase exist together in equilibrium at a unique temperature. This temperature is known as critical point temperature. For a pure metal, it is nothing but the melting point. So, it is very clear from curve A in the graph, the liquid metal cools down from its liquid state, that is temperature TL, to temperature T1, that is temperature at point A. At this point, solidification starts and continues up to point B, where the metal becomes fully solid. From point A to B, the temperature remains constant and latent heat is evolved. So this is for a pure metal. During this period, the metal is in a marshy state, that is partly liquid and partly solid. As the metal is further cooled below point B, it approaches the room temperature. The specific heat of the liquid and solid will determine the slopes of the lines TLA and BTR respectively. So next is binary solid solution, curve B. The initial portion of the cooling curve TL to A from the liquid state to critical point for a binary solid solution, that is two metal forming a solid solution, is exactly similar to that of the pure metal. But during solidification from point A to B, as the temperature changes from T1 to T2, there is a continuous fall of temperature, unlike pure metal, where it was constant during this stage. So T1 was constant for pure metal, but for binary solid solution, at this stage where the solidification takes place, the temperature changes from T1 to T2. So this is the difference. At point B, the complete mass becomes solid. And after B, when further cooling takes place from T2 to room temperature TR, it will have another slope. The last one is binary eutectic system. So what is eutectic? Eutectic point will come in iron and carbon diagram. So this point is reached depending on a fixed proportion of carbon content. So the specific characteristic the importance of this system, eutectic system, is for this specific characteristic. So what is the characteristic? That the two components forming the alloy, in case of iron carbon, one is iron and the other is carbon, are totally insoluble in solid state, while they are completely soluble in liquid state. So this is the specific characteristic of a multi-phase alloy at eutectic point. They are completely insoluble in solid state but completely soluble in liquid state. As the liquid alloy is cooled down from some liquid temperature TL to T1, that is to point A, it remains in the liquid state only. At point A, the uniform fall in temperature is checked and one of the two components starts crystallizing. Further cooling takes place along AB till the temperature drops to T2 at point B. From point B to C, both the components already solidified and simultaneously at constant temperature T2, they are solidified. And further cooling below point C, the solidified eutectic alloy gradually approaches the room temperature. So here solidification occurs in two parts. One is A to B, the other is from B to C, having different slopes of the curves. So this is the special characteristics of a eutectic binary system. So with this we can conclude that alloy is nothing but a solid solution or mechanical mixture of more than one element, and they exist in multi-phases, and this phase transformation depends on cooling curves, that is cooling as well as concentration of alloying elements. So in the next video we will discuss about iron carbon equilibrium diagram.